Alright guys, Fula coming to you with another video. Shout out to the whole LDBC. If you like this video, please like the video. And if you want to, I invite you to subscribe to this page. You know, I'm learning as I go with this YouTube thing. And yeah, I definitely agree that I could add some more, you know what I mean? Like add some more, I guess you can say, special effects to it. And, you know, little by little I'm learning, and I'm going to learn how to do it and, you know, make it, I guess, make it more interactive, you know, is what I'm going to do. Now, you know, I just kind of want to tap into, you know, a non-sports related issue. You know, I just want to give my thoughts about, like, the whole love that's shown for Nip Hussle, like at the Grammys. You know, big homie took home 2 Grammys, and you know, I'm not trying to sound like a pessimist or anything like that. I'm not really, you know, trying to do that, but you know, when I look at the Grammys and when I look at the love that they show him and stuff like that, you know, to be honest with you, I really didn't watch the tribute. You know, I know Meek Mill have a new song that, you know, he made, that he premiered at the Grammys. You know, it was called like Letter to Nipsey or something like that. You know, and you know, all I can say about that is it's one of the many tribute songs that has came out. You know, Dave East did one, Jay Stone did one, Trey the Truth did one. You know, and I would say that, you know, if I had to choose between the tribute songs for Nipsey, I would say that, you know, from just listening and things like that and just dissecting the lyrics, I would have to say that, you know, Jay Stone and Trey the Truth are the most genuine ones out of all of them. You know, because when you really look at it, Jay Stone and Trey the Truth were Nipsey's kind of like day ones. Like, you know, they believed in him when others didn't. You know what I mean? Like, they saw something good before, you know, other people did. And the way I look at the Grammys, and this may be an unpopular opinion, but I really feel the love was superficial, man. I just really feel that, you know, and you can kind of tell, like, even when, you know, Samuel was receiving the Grammy on behalf of Nip, you know what I mean, that he you know, he said something to the effect that I didn't want to ruffle any feathers and stuff like that. And he was basically alluding to that, you know, everything does happen in God's timing and God's planning. But he was alluding to the fact, though, that, you know, the love was shown after, you know, that big homie was deceased, you know. Because you have to realize something about the Grammys. The Grammys is a, like, outlet for popular music, for popular artists. With Nipsey Hussle, his music fit a certain genre. You know, his music was, I want to say, he had a certain fan base that, you know, the Grammys don't really cater to. You know, I think what was happening with him, though, as he was evolving as an artist, that the fan base was getting bigger, because you saw the song with Higher, you know, with the DJ Khaled, and everybody pretty much know DJ Khaled at the end of the day, you know. But, you know, for me, it's just really artificial. I really think that honestly, half of those people in the Grammys probably didn't know who Nip Hussle was, before he got, assassinated. Those people, like, honestly, are only concerned with what's being played on the radio. They were not concerned with Bullets Got No Name, Volume 1 through 3. They were not concerned with the Marathon. They were not concerned with TMC. They were not concerned with Extra Laps. When he dropped the Crenshaw tape, they weren't concerned with that. They weren't concerned with Mailbox Money. The only highlight I can say about that performance was it highlighted Eritrean culture. Like it showed culture. It showed, it showed a piece of him in that aspect. But honestly, I really didn't watch it, man. The only reason why I know it highlighted Eritrean culture is because of the simple fact that I was looking at an Instagram feed and they showed that, And honestly, bro, I wasn't really thrilled. I really wasn't thrilled at the performance. I really didn't care for it. And one of the other reasons I really didn't care for it was the simple fact that, YG definitely was one of Nip's day one. You know what I mean? But DJ Khaled maybe had a little bit of history with Nip. Like, I think there was a time that he was trying to sign him, once upon a time. But if you're going to do a tribute about Nip, you got to have the All Money In team do the tribute. Because they were there from the jump. They were the grassroots of that operation. And when I say All Money In, I'm talking about Copy Supreme. I'm talking about Pac-Man. I'm talking about Boss Hogg. I'm talking about Cuzzy Capone. I'm talking about G.I. Joe OMG. I'm talking about those guys, man. Those guys needed to be the ones doing the Grammy tribute. Not no disrespect to him, but not Meek Mill. Not John Legend. Not DJ Khaled. Those Jay Stone and the ones that I named were supposed to be up there. Because they come from the same turf. They're from the turf. So for me, when I look at that tribute, it's just, for me, artificial love, in my opinion. That's just my humble opinion. And again, I've said this in many different videos. They don't love you until you're gone. That's just the golden rule. That's just really it. It's only certain exceptions that they love you, while you're still here. Certain exceptions. But for me, man, I'm cool on that, man. I'm really cool. I'm cool on the Grammys. Believe it or not, when Jay-Z had Rockefeller, before Jay-Z had like Rock Nation and stuff like that, before Jay-Z had Rock Nation, it was a known fact that dude would boycott Grammys all the time. Because when you look at Grammys, you know what time it is, man. You know who they're trying to cater to. Like, come on now, man. Like, last year, I mean, and Nip, because he's such the person he is, when Cardi B won Best Rap Album of the Year last year, he said, when it's your time, it's your time. But at the same time, come on now, man. Cardi B is not a lyricist. If you want to go from it, okay, yeah, she has songs for the club. She has songs for Happy Go Lucky. But she has no substance, bro. And that's just the bottom line. I would have been more happier if Pusha T would have got it for Daytona. Although Daytona was short, that was some of Pusha T's best work. And I said in a previous video, Victory Lap should have got it due to the simple fact that that album, as I said, reminds me a lot of some of artists' best work. Okay? When you look at Scarface The Fix, that's what I equate that album to. Scarface The Fix. When I look at Jay-Z's Blueprint, I equate that album to the Blueprint, okay? That's what level Victory Lap is on, okay? Because at the end of the day, that music is timeless, okay? You can bump that, as I said in a previous live or a previous video, you can go all the way through that album, okay? And you can listen to it. Sometimes you have to listen to it more than once to decipher what he's saying. That's the kind of music I'm into. I'm not into this, like, yeah, there is a time for the I guess you can say the happy-go-lucky club music. There's a time for that. I get that. But if we're talking about rap, if we're talking about hip-hop, then Cardi B doesn't, come on now, man. Like, let's just be real. Let's be honest with ourselves. You know? Sorry to say it, but, and I know this is going to sound bad, but Cardi B's not talented, bro. I mean, I'm sorry to say this, her sex appeal sells more than in her controversy sells a lot. More than, honestly, her music. Like, that's just my opinion. I don't think Cardi B's talented. That's just me. And I'm not trying to hate. I just think that there's way more talented female artists out there, like Rhapsody, way more talented than Cardi B. Okay, 1,000,000 times more. You know, but because she's not like showing her ass, because she's not, you know, doing this stuff, you'll never know that, you know. But I just believe personally in my heart that the love for Nipsey is like artificial. Because, I mean, this is my perspective on it. If you really love Cuz, you could have just showed, like, you know, when he was alive, like, show something like his marketing genius, okay, behind $100 mixtape. You could have showed his marketing genius behind $1,000 mixtape, you know? And y'all weren't around when he was doing that, you know? The Grammys and these people weren't around when he had this going on. Okay? And I get some people become just new fans. I understand that. I get it. Okay, you become a new fan, cool. You know, but like I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess it's different for me because I actually had a personal relationship with Cuz. You know, I guess I'm looking at it from a different perspective based on the fact that me and him, we have a history. You know? I mean, it is what it is though, man. I mean, these people, you know, the Grammys and that stuff like that, for me the Grammys is a waste of damn time. You know, I really don't like look much into the Grammys. You know, and then, you know, you have people this is the thing about me. And I want all my subscribers to know this. I'm a realist, okay? I try to be as transparent as possible. I try to keep my opinions balanced, but sometimes my opinions do offend people. and things like that. And I understand that, but at the end of the day, it's just an opinion, okay? But the thing is that with the whole Nip Hussle thing and whatnot, uh, I just believe that certain people are you know are capitalizing off cuz name, you know because you got to understand this too about it. Don't you know that at the end of the day the Grammys is about currency? So if they did have a tribute for Nip Hussle, you know how many other people are going to tune in, right? So in my opinion, they kind of use his name for money. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. I really wonder something. How many people were really sincere in that room while witnessing him? How many people could you go out and ask, like, okay, how has Nip Hussle influenced you, impacted you, that were in the audience of the Grammys? How many people do you think you can ask that question and they would come back with a sincere answer? The only people who I think could do that in that room were the immediate family, Rick Ross, and if Trey the Truth was in there, him as well, and the All Money In team. And people are gonna, I know I'm gonna get backlash. People are gonna say, oh, you're being a pessimist, oh, you're being this, that, and that, and the other. No, I'm being a realist. That's just the bottom line. It's not about pessimism, it's about just keeping it funky, man. And that's just my opinion about it. Sure, Bullets Ain't Got No Name, those were mixtapes that were street based. But you saw the evolution when the Crenshaw came out. That was like album type. And then you saw the evolution when I guess Mailbox Money dropped. When he was doing this, it was all part of, he was basically telling you, stay tuned. This is just my journey. Follow my journey. And you saw the journey unfold more and more as the music kept coming out. Because, at first, when you look at the Bullets Ain't Got No Name, that was just straight hardcore gangster rap, okay? Because that's what he was coming from. He was coming from being on the turf and putting in work on the turf. You know what I mean? But then when you look at Crenshaw, he was telling you, okay, I'm in the industry right now. I've been here for a while. This is what I've gotten from the industry. Mailbox Money was like, okay, I showed y'all something with my $100 mixtape. Now I'm gonna show y'all my rap talent. You know what I mean? Because in Mailbox Money, there's a song called Where Your Money At. And he says, I get better every time I rap. You know what I mean? In that song. And yes, you do hear the lyricism. Okay? But people overlook that. I mean, honestly, I'm going to just leave it at this. And I'm going to just put this away. I'm just going to throw this topic away after. Honestly, ask anybody in that room, besides his day ones, ask random people who were attending the Grammys, quote a Nipsey Hussle verse, or at least quote one line, And, I don't know if he would have won those Grammys if he was alive. I really don't know. That's the thing. That's the big question that we have to ask ourselves. Would he have won those accolades if he was still living? That's what we really have to ask ourselves, We'll never know, though. We'll never know if he will or not. You know, if he would have or not. You know. But anyhow, man, that's all I got for now. Leave your thoughts, leave your comments. Next couple of videos, I'll probably bring y'all some boxing. You know, don't think I'm not paying attention to what's going on in the boxing world. It's just that I'm trying to be selective on what kind of things I bring to the table. The next video will probably be about Eris Landy, the American Dream Bar, and why I still think he's the best 154 pounder. And this is an unpopular opinion, but I just have my reasons for believing he's still the best. But anyhow, man, that's all I got for now. Leave your thoughts, leave your comments. Fula signing out. Njara.